Pascale, welcome. Pascale Wagner is country director for PCI in Guatemala, where she has lived and worked for over 15 years. And she manages a portfolio that ranges from health to water, food security, disaster risk mitigation, and community capacity building. Tell us a little bit about how public-private partnerships help PCI accomplish their objectives and their goals in Guatemala.
Thank you, George. You know, I'm going to be taking the field view. I'm going to be giving you a little bit of our view in the field and how, as an organization, we're looking at these powerful public-private partnerships that might be available for us. You know, when you hear a lot about how there is such stress and pressure from rural areas, people moving into urban areas, and how that is creating that big expansion, that big, these big mega cities that are being created now represent a problem for everybody, for the people that live there, the communities themselves, the municipalities, the countries, the governments, and also the private sector, and the security issues that they also can represent in a country like Guatemala. And you know, when you're in the field, you're living it. You know, we're seeing that already. You know, we are seeing the impact of the migration on these cities. You know, to the point that some cities, some urban and rural now, there's a very gray line between urban and rural in certain areas because of these big settlements that are becoming cities, and the cities that are, you know, surrounded by big settlements that wish there would be more, that they would get more recognition and more a name for their cities or whatnot. So big issues that we're living already in the field. And that is what PCI has been trying to work with communities, finding great solutions to these great problems, and also involving these communities in the solution of their problems. So we see a huge opportunity. We're looking at how these people are working, what are their needs, what are their solutions, how do they see their well-being, how do they see their housing solutions being fixed, what are their visions for their communities. And so we've done quite a bit of research in that sense, and we work with women, we work with families, looking at what are the resources that they have available. A lot of the times, people that you meet in these urban areas are people that have migrated from rural areas, so from different rural areas, not from just one area. So there is a whole issue of lack of social fabric, social cohesion that also needs to be attended, and understand how that works within the community and within the city. And we've done a lot of research in that sense. So all that community knowledge that we have, that a trust that we've created in these communities, the fact that we are very much aware of these issues, what they represent for them, and we work with the communities to find solutions to these issues, to these big issues, and what we can bring to the table when we're talking to private partners. So we work with communities, we work with private partners, we work with the municipalities and the ministries and the national governments, and trying to detangle all these issues and making something positive and something that can be solved. So in this sense, there is that big need. So it's very need-driven, the fact that we are reaching out to the private sector. We're currently in different countries in Latin America and Central America talking to big, to cement companies, for example, you know, which also, this whole issue of working in these urban areas, you know, where you have needs for housing, where you have needs for wiring, you know, electricity within the houses and outside the houses, so networks and household installations, where you have huge issues with water and sanitation, sewage systems that are non-existent, security that needs to be improved, communication through cell phones, through phones or whatnot. So there is such an area of services that are still missing in these communities that we can help understand better. I don't know that the PVOs are supposed to be doing all the work. So that's when we really need to create these relationships, this relationship with the private sector, to be able to take these things to scale, take these solutions to scale, and have them at the table working hand in hand with us to find greater solutions and more sustainable and scalable solutions like Roger was mentioning.
Thank you.